Hey, it's Tara with Reiki on the Run. And today I want to talk about when you have to live with people who are not awake, who don't get it. I did a video yesterday and it really struck a chord with you guys. I had several comments and then several people contact me separately talking about this issue. So we'll talk about what to do when you live with family and they aren't awake. I imagine that would be extremely difficult. Now, I do not have that problem. I live with my son and I feel he's pretty awake, and I don't have any drama like that in my life. I've said many times before, I don't speak to anyone in my family, so I don't have that dynamic. And I want to say before we get too far in that if I make light of this, it's just because it's my temperament. I don't think that it's an easy thing, and I completely understand that. Some of you really struggle with this, but the best thing that you can do in a struggle is to find some humor. So hopefully it doesn't come across as not understanding. I'm going to go over in a bit some ways to kind of deal with that. I think that I would do if I were in that situation. Then at the very end, I will do an energetic exercise that you can do that will help. I put that at the end so that half normies can bail if they need to before it gets too woo-woo. But I was trying to think of what it would feel like to live with people who aren't awake. I have a hard enough time going and visiting people who aren't and spending time, and I just don't envy anyone going through that very hard time. I was trying to think of if I lived with my family. I haven't spoken to my family in years. First of all, there'd be way too much TV consumption going on. I would not be able to handle that. So many people I know are like that too. Man, they go to work, come home, and it's TV on till bedtime, and I can barely sit through a movie. I'm not a big movie person. I don't like to be mindlessly entertained for long periods of time. So that in itself with my family would be a difficult thing. Never mind the fact that they watch and believe mainstream news. That would be very disheartening. And that's, a lot of what has everybody up in arms right now is, the news puts you in fear of everything. Scared to go outside at this point. Not me, but, most people. So, I was just trying to kind of tap into how that would feel and the struggles that I would face. And so I thought of some things that I would definitely do if I were living with people who were asleep and it was driving me insane. Because like I said yesterday, there is nothing you can do. You cannot wake people up. You can plant your seeds. But the key is going to be to water your own garden. And that's kind of what I'm going to talk about, is kind of expanding on that water your own garden thing, because you really have to nurture your energy to stay sane in this kind of a situation. Not only to stay sane, but it also, like I spoke about yesterday, will keep you in alignment, which is noticeable from other people. If you're just bickering all the time about things that you disagree with, that takes away from shining your light. And if you are shining your light, then hopefully people will want to listen more and want to know why you are able to shine your light in what they see as a dark time. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is finding things that nourish your soul. Like I said, I don't watch TV, but I love to find things on YouTube about raising my consciousness, and I just really like learning about different things. Maybe you enjoy gardening, find things that really nourish your soul and do them and focus on them and make it a priority. Not to mention finding things that make you laugh. That the best thing in any situation, especially dealing with difficult family members, is being able to laugh and have a good time. That really just kind of skyrockets your energy up into another level, and it immediately makes you feel better no matter what. So if you can, laugh as much as possible. The next thing, 3 of the houses that I've lived in, I created a space in them in my closet, like a almost sacred space where nobody else comes in. I have kids, and they don't come in my closet, they'll come in my room. You might be bickering with people in the house, there might be just weird feelings altogether, it might be a depressing place, no matter, even if you're just in your room. And I've found that when there's nowhere else in the house that I can create a space in, and you might have a different space you can create, that's totally fine. But just for me, it was in the closet. But just really important to create a sacred space in your home where there isn't negative energy. Like I said, mine just happened to be in the closet. And I just put some nice pillows down. And it was just a place where I could go to meditate or to watch things that I like on YouTube that nourish my soul. Just a place where the energy is good and I can cultivate it, and nobody else is going to come in. And it's not tainted. Sometimes even your room should be your sanctuary, can be tainted with people coming in, arguing, whatever. I had 2 boys, so my house was constantly fight. So just creating a space that you can go to where that energy doesn't exist is really, really helpful. It's helped me over the years, although I've dealt with different things, but hanging out in the closet, that's me. The next thing is, if you aren't currently working out in some way, that's a really good thing to do. And now 8 times out of 10, I'm like, I pick the ice cream over working out, but I do try to move my body and at least get the energy flowing, and it really shifts everything. And it also, you can get out of the house. That's one of the few things that you can do, especially if you are at home with children, where you can get away with escaping for a while and even just going for a walk and getting out. And that's gonna shift things for you energetically. Your body's gonna feel better. Lots of things are gonna change, and you'll get a break. And you can fit it in there. I used to go, when I would pick my kids up from the bus stop, I would leave a half an hour early, and I would either run or go to the beach and sit and meditate. Or I would run and then go to the bus stop and do sprints at the bus stop until the bus got there. Be creative. People make a lot of excuses for a lot of things, and don't let this be one of them. It will really, really make you feel better in so many ways if you just get out there even and walk it, especially if you're someone who doesn't move much at all now. No judgment. I go back and forth all the time. Sometimes I'm a runner, sometimes I'm a total couch potato. So I get it. But I also know that when things get weird, if I start moving my body again, it will really, really shift things. So take some walks if you're not moving. What else? Okay, so the last one I have is, don't think about these people when they're not present. I know sometimes it can be the most prevalent thing in your life is dealing with the drama at home, and it can just constantly be on your mind. But that's not a good thing, because that's constantly keeping you in that negative energy. So real important to be present. And if you are not around these people that are dragging you down, then don't think about them. I say all the time, if you can't touch it, don't think about it. It's very good to be present, very good to be just paying attention to what's in front of you, and that will shift your vibration as a whole, even when you aren't around, or even when you are around the people in your household. It will shift you as a whole, so you'll be better equipped to deal with the craziness. Always good to be present. I think that's one of the most life-shifting things that you can do, is to be present. be here now. What's in front of you, that's what you're thinking about. Usually we're stuck somewhere worried about the future or reminiscing about the past and how we fucked it up. And, it's just that neither of those things exist. The future's not here, the past is gone. All we have is this moment right now. And when you can live in that moment, and it's really hard to shift to doing, but even just practicing a little bit is really, really life-changing and really important to stay in that present moment, because in this present moment, you don't have problems. This present moment, you're safe, you're fed, you're well, everything's okay, no one's harming you. You know what I mean? It really, if you can manage to stay there, it's really life-changing. So we'll do this energetic exercise that you can do anytime you feel like you can't handle the peeps in your house. Maybe before you walk in the house, maybe before you leave your room. You can do it at any time if you're sitting on the couch and you just feel like you can't handle it. Normies, you can bail now if this weirds you out. So just always, start with a few breaths. Close your eyes. And imagine returning all the energy that other people have attached to you. Just say it to yourself, I send back any energy that does not belong to me. And I bring back all energy that does belong to me. And then take a few seconds and try to get yourself into a higher state, a higher vibration, whether that's thinking of things that make you happy, if you can just raise it on your own, just get into a loving mode, or any higher vibration. Just sit in your own energy and allow it to raise and allow yourself to feel good. And then imagine sealing off that energetic biofield around you. Some people call it an aura. It's a measurable biofield around you of energy, and it's your energy. And just imagine sealing it like it's a big egg around you, and you can seal off the edges and just seal the edges. And then you're ready to go into any situation. Now that could be used anytime, not just at home. And that also, not only does that activity do exactly what it just said, but it also your intention. Intention is like activation. And when you are intending to shift your energy and not let it be affected by those around you, that will happen. Now, when you first start to do this, it's really easy to have it last for 5 minutes and then, shit hits the fan again. And just keep coming back to it. Keep practicing, and it will get better and better and easier. Just know, you're not used to bringing back your energy and staying in your energy and not allowing anyone else to affect it. So, you didn't get in this situation in one day, so don't expect it to completely change in one day, but it will get better immediately, and the more you do it, the more it will get better. So I hope this video helps, and I feel for you all who are dealing with this. The good news is I feel like so many people are waking up, and there's a good chance that they will wake up, that it won't always be like this. But either way, you can maintain your energy and stay in it, find ways to laugh, find ways to nourish your soul, and that will shift you. And at the end of the day, that's all that you're responsible for, is you and your energy. You're not responsible for anyone else. You can't change anyone else. So if all you can do is make yourself feel better internally, then absolutely you should do that. All right, I will talk to you guys soon.